When KTM bought out Husqvarna a few years back, I thought that the future of the brand would be little more than a rebranding exercise. But after seeing bikes like the Svartbilen and Vitbilen, it seems KTM had a different path for the brand. Now we also have the Norden 901, so let's take a closer look. Hey everyone, welcome to Roads of Oz. My name is Matt, and on this video we're looking at Husqvarna's Norden 901. Well, thanks to On Two Wheels at Gledswood Hills, I was given the chance to take out their demo and give it a run. Go and check them out. They're located at 1-18 Holburn Circuit at Gledswood Hills. They've got a fantastic showroom comprising of 2 levels. They stock Yamaha, Honda, KTM, Husqvarna and Ducati. Not only that, but located on level 2 is a motorcycle accessories supermarket, making it your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle needs. So come and see the team for your next motorcycle. Now, although the Norden shares a lot of equipment with its KTM 890R cousin, it would be unfair to say it is little more than a rebadging exercise. In fact, I see a lot of reviews that unfairly compare the Norden to the 890R. And in my opinion, KTM did not get Husqvarna to build a competitor to the 890R, but for it to be more of a competitor to the other brands. Let me explain further. Manufacturers have learnt that you need to do more than a rebadging exercise to create a different vehicle, or otherwise you're pretty much just taking sales away from yourself. The Norden has a few key points of difference, but let's start with what it has. So yes, it does share its frame with its KTM cousin. It's got a steel trellis frame with the engine as a stressed member. The 889cc parallel twin engine is the same as the KTM. This one cracks out 105 horsepower peak power and about 100 Newton meters of torque. It has adjustable WP apex suspension. It has 3 selectable ride modes. You've got street, rain and off-road, and there is an option for an explorer mode. Switchable cornering ABS with off-road mode, ride-by-wire throttle, easy shift function, cornering sensitive traction control, which allows for 9 levels of adjustable rear wheel slip if you purchase the Explorer mode. Power assist slipper clutch, tubeless spoke wheels, and Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tyres. The 19-litre fuel tank provides an extended range of up to about 400 kilometres. There's an optional connectivity unit, provides turn-by-turn navigation, telephone call reception and music selection functionality from the rider's smartphone. Some other useful features are the 12-volt outlet, cruise control. There's a pre-wired connection for a sat-nav system. The driving lights were also another nice feature that I thought were really nice and are integrated beautifully on the bike. So how's it different from the 890R? Apart from the obvious changes to the fairing, it's the little changes Husqvarna have made that make such a difference. Now, one of the examples is the fuel tank. It's 1 litre smaller on the Norden compared to the 890R. It has a different seat. Speaking of aesthetics, I love the fact Husqvarna are using the large round LED headlight at the front. It's starting to become a bit of a feature of its road bikes, and I hope that it maintains this look instead of reverting to a more generic look, which some other manufacturers have already done. Now, when I was at the dealership, I was able to sit on each one, and coming from a road bike background, I felt immediately more comfortable on the Norden compared to the 890R. Taking it out on the road, immediately was feeling comfortable enough that I was able to do regular things like lane filter and ride it like I would any daily commuter. Now, these adventure tours are designed for you to explore, and this one carries out those tasks nicely. I spent a few hours in the saddle and found the bike was a very pleasant place to be. The suspension soaked up the poor outback roads we have here in Australia, and putting it in the corners was no problem at all, as the WP Apex suspension was easily up to the task. Now, I can't comment on its off-road ability, but you can find plenty of other videos on the Norden being put through its paces off-road. But as an on-road proposition, if you're considering the Ducati Desert X or the Triumph Tiger 900, the Norden should also be considered. The other thing I liked was its 5-inch TFT screen. It was easy to operate and the menus are predictable. I was lucky enough to also have the staff at On Two Wheels give me a quick run through of the menu and its options. So what didn't I like? Well, that front screen did little to protect me, and I'd prefer that it was either adjustable or a little bit bigger. I know there's aftermarket options, and I would definitely be stumping up a bit of extra cash, especially if you're going to be doing some big highway miles. Another pet peeve of mine is paying extra for software. Now, the software should be already on it, and it's A shame for this one because I really like the adventure mode. For me, it's one of the Norden's biggest sellers, especially from guys coming off road bikes and getting into the adventure touring for the first time. Being able to program how much the rear end can step out and being able to adjust things like ABS, traction control plays a massive part in giving you more confidence off-road, and you can dial them down the more confident you become. So any bike that has this sort of feature, it should be at the top of the list for any new rider that's freshly getting into off-road, and especially guys that have only ever ridden on-road. Another thing, two up with people my height, it's a bit too squishy for my liking. So for solo riding, you can ride this thing all day. So should you buy one? Well, if your heart's set on the KTM 890R, I'm not likely to be able to change it. But I would get you to honestly answer this. How much off-road riding are you going to be doing? If the answer is less than 5%, when you buy something like this, do you really make a decision on what to buy based on the majority of your riding, or do you want to focus on the smallest part? If you spend your time only riding off-road, then the choice is fairly easy. If you're doing a lot of road riding and commuting, then you're really spoiled for choice, and the Norden should be right in the mix. Anyway, big shout out to On Two Wheels out of Gregory Hills. I want to thank you very much for providing the bike for me to test ride. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like. Don't forget to share, and more importantly, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. It helps out my channel massively. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next vid.